Hello, comrades, and welcome to episode 4 of season 10 of Locomotive Royale. I think it's episode 4. This season has taken so long that
Yeah.
I feel like we should be in season 11 or 12 at this point. Which, season 12 even, like, we are very close to another full losers bracket season, which those are always fun. But no, this one is all about 464s. You can see one on the screen right now. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. And before we get started, I'll remind everyone to do the YouTube stuff that I don't need to enumerate, and also to visit our website, theironhorseman.com, where you can buy the cards you use to play this game, or you can download all the sheets, all the play sheets, stat sheet calculator, all sorts of stuff like that. Go to the Documents Center or go to the Trading Cards page and check it all out. So, today we've got 5 contestants. All of them are returning. They know how to play the game, so I will do less instruction than I did at the beginning of Season 9, for example. So if you're not sure how to play, I would invite you to either go back to the beginning of this season or beginning of the last season and, you know, try to learn you some. First up, because he guessed it exactly, Mopak, what is this beast that you have brought?
I have brought the Santa Fe's 3460 class of Hudson's.
Okay, 3463. It's a big chonkin engine with a big chonkin tender. It's got a lot of features. And this is the non-streamlined version of the Blue Goose, which long-time viewers of the podcast will remember that is the thing that broke the streak of the Royal Hudson in a sequence of Hudson verses. So, yeah, this thing is a monster, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it on the field of play. Second up, Mew, you were in the second position. You guessed 185. What is 185 Loco Base?
I don't know. All I know, it's the one before the New York Central J3A.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. What is this
now?
This thing that you've brought? This blue thing?
This is the Victorian Railways R class.
This thing is slightly broad gauge, isn't it?
Yep. It is. What is it? 5'3".
5'3". Yeah. I only know that because every time I place down a turntable in trains, I have to check to make sure it's not one of the Victorian Railways ones.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything starts to look really dumb.
Funny story. Local Base 185. Turns out it's the Boston and Albany Hudsons.
I forgot they had their own Hudsons. If I had known that, I might have picked them. And then we would have been in a real funny place.
Yeah.
Actually, it just would have been you and Mopak flipped in the lineup because everyone else guessed too high. Such is life. This is a cute little engine. This looks to me like a Hudson that's really trying not to be a Hudson. I don't know why. It just feels like it should be anything else. It just looks so small, even though it's broad gauge. Third position, Milky. That's you, isn't it?
Yep.
Tell me about 4001 here.
So the 4001 is Chicago and Northwestern E4 Baltic, I suppose, would be the more popular term for these.
Did they call them Baltics, or were they?
I believe the C&W did.
Okay.
At some point, called them Baltics.
I know the Milwaukee Road did, mostly just because so, long story short, they started building their Hudsons, or they ordered their first round of Hudsons before the New York Central got the Hudsons and named the class Hudson. So they were following the original terminology of Baltic from before New York Central co-opted the whole wheel arrangement and decided that they were called Hudsons now. And now that the explicit difference is the way the trailing truck is set up, but the Milwaukee Road, despite the fact that they have the trailing truck setup that is similar to the New York Central Hudsons, are still called Baltics because they predate them. Really, really interesting breakdown. If the C&W also called these things Baltics, I wouldn't really be surprised, considering they look like copies of the Milwaukee Road engines. Uh, anyway,
Fold, it's actually an upside down bathtub.
yeah, it's. I mean, it's another inverto bath. What's not to love? Uh,
Um,
this is better than that though. This is my favorite. Ryder, tell us about the i5.
Firstly, I have to say you have excellent taste.
Oh,
in
thank you,
Hudsons.
thank you so much.
Secondly, I had the chance to wear the correct shirt, but I'm wearing a DL109 shirt instead.
Still New Haven.
It's still New Haven. Yep. Shoreline born and raised. These ran right through my hometown back in the day. What can I say? The autism grabbed a hold of these and has not let go.
Well, it's because they're wonderful and gorgeous. And yeah, these are pretty
They're
nice engines. I look forward
They're
to.
fast and they're thick.
Yes, I am rooting for them, instinctually. And finally, we have this thing.
Yes, hello. I am back with something obscure to most people.
Yeah.
This is the Furnace Railway 115 class, or unofficially the N1 class, number 115. And with these Baltics, they were the only tank engines in Britain to use inside cylinders.
You know, I noticed there was
all
something missing.
All other Baltics that the British, like any British manufacturer or builder made, are outside cylinder.
Yeah, I don't know. It took until you said that for it to register that these were inside cylinder. Because I looked at them and I went, wow, that's a very simple looking locomotive. I can't put my finger on why though. And there it is.
And in my opinion, I kind of like the inside cylinder because it just makes it look clean. It makes it look like very simple.
Yeah,
It makes it look like a child drew it.
It helps.
Well-
It helps this photo sort of looking like, it's a screenshot from trains that someone has put through a filter.
It does.
I mean,
especially
good thing I
with the
didn't-
Kitson Company thing up top.
Yeah,
I wonder who built these.
I wonder who.
Don't worry, we'll get to
I mean,
that.
we'll get to it eventually.
Joke's on you, this was visiting Kitson. It was actually a Skoda product or something.
Yeah.
So those are our 5
Ouch.
contestants. Let us begin. Mopak, you've got the first stat call in the first and every round, incidentally. Let's see what
Is
this
that good?
beast of a locomotive can do.
I think I'm gonna go with Power L1.
Power L1. Okay, that's a hell of a
Wow,
first call.
bag.
That's
Hell
the
yeah.
sign of someone who knows what he's about. Or this might go terribly, but I don't think it will. Power L1. Going once. Going twice. Power L1. Mopak.
73,168.
That's a big number. You?
17,787.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Well, the broad gauge can only help you so much. I'd love
Yeah.
to see this just scaled up by the 10% or whatever to put it on these rails, and then watch it break every single one of them.
Yep.
Milky.
Mine is 59,761.
Okay. Decent, respectable. Ryder.
I'm a bit lower than I thought. 44,889.
Yeah, the thing that I realized about the i5s is, as great as they are, they were not monsters.
They weren't beast. They
Yeah.
were beautiful, but they weren't. They were the beauty. They weren't the beast.
And Hulk smash. Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how all of you have double digits?
Oh no.
Yeah.
5,937.
Oh, that's not good at
Oh,
all.
no.
Yeah, British loading gauge and all.
Oh.
Yeah, it's funny because this thing looks like it's about the same size as the as Muse thing, but Mew's
Yeah.
thing is broad gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's broad gauge.
Yeah, so
I'm not. I'm
Marina, I'm
British.
sorry, but at the same time, thank you for the 2.
of all of the royales in this season, which we've kept relatively homogenous because of the same wheel arrangement, this might be the biggest spread on anything that's been called.
Yeah.
5 points goes to Mopac, 4 points goes to Milky, 3 points goes to Ryder, 2 points goes to Mew, and 1 point goes to Marine. There's a lot of M's here. We established this before we started. I am going to trip up and call people the wrong name at some point today.
The M and M and M and
Yeah,
M.
yeah, we've got M and M and M and M and R.
Good thing we don't have a Morgan.
Morgan. I'm just gonna start calling everyone Morgan.
Yeah.
Mew, what is your first stat call?
Where was it? I'm gonna call Year Built.
Year built. Okay, going once.
Okay.
Going twice. I have no idea what's going on here. Year.
I think this is very interesting.
I think Mew knows something about his locomotive that I
That
would
we
not
don't.
expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What about the first M here? Mopac.
1937.
1937. Okay. Okay.
Pretty good.
All right. Yeah, that's sort of expected with a lot of these, considering when Hudson's came into existence. Mew.
Of all years, 1951.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
late.
Yeah, makes sense. Wow.
I'm impressed.
It's going to take me a bit to get everyone's volumes in the right place as well. Milky?
1938.
1938. Okay. Yeah, just enough time to make it a copy. Ryan, I already know yours.
1937.
37 once again. And how about the Kitson? Or no, not a Kitson.
1920.
Ooh, yeah, that's it do be like that. That's the second
Papa
one in a row.
Hudson.
But
Well, not that old.
5 points goes to Mew here in the Australian. 4 points goes to the Chicago and Northwestern Railroad Company. 3 points goes to the New Haven, which I'm not going to spell out. 3 points also goes to the ATSF, which I'm also not going to spell out. And what is this? The Furnace Railway? Yeah.
Yeah.
And are
Furnace.
these the same? These are the same people that had Edward.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember.
K2.
I will never forget how much I was let down by that locomotive. What a piece of garbage.
It was an old boy.
Garbage.
Like, did you do a Thomas themed Royale way back
Yeah, a
then?
long time ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
The K4 won.
Surprise to nobody.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, and Edward's my favorite character. Anyway,
Toby's mine.
as long as nobody's favorite character is James, because James is son of a gun. It's a stuck up
He's a
jerkwad.
pain in the butt.
Yeah. Milky, what's your stat call?
Loco base ID.
Loco base ID. Oh my god. Well, we already know one. Going once, going twice. Loco base ID. All right.
That one is mine.
From the top. Mopac.
449.
449. Pretty low. Mew.
2393.
Okay, I thought you were going to need 20,000 and change when you started talking. And I was like, oh my god, we found one.
We found a new boy.
I've been meaning to compose an email
High
about
score.
the cards that we have made that aren't on the Loco base yet. But anyway, Milky.
You know what? I thought that I could do a full 180 with this one.
A 180. Okay, nice.
Ooh.
Ryder.
187.
187. That was my pick. And Marine.
I am not one.
Yeah.
359.
But right up
Dang.
close next to Mew, which is really
Yep.
funny.
Yep.
5 points goes to Milky, good call. 4 points to Ryder. 3 points to Mopac, and I'm just gonna not be able to say the names because there are too many M's. I have to hesitate for so long. 2 points to Marine and 1 point to Mew. Maybe I could just drop the M's. We'd have
OPAC.
OPAC, OPAC, you. No, wait, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Zam.
Arene.
Ilky and Arene. Ilky and Arene is a great fantasy name.
Yeah.
Somebody write that down. Use that for a D&D campaign. All right, Ryder, what is your stat call?
My stat call is going to be Factor of Adhesion.
Factor of Adhesion.
Okay.
Going once. Going twice.
Veto.
A veto from
Dang.
Marine. Okay, I was about to say nobody's scared of their Factor of Adhesion, but there it is.
I'm not.
All right, Ryder, try something else.
Okay.
Thinking.
Tubes.
Tubes. Going once.
Oh no.
Going twice.
I know who's gonna win this.
I heard an oh no.
I'm not gonna veto it, but
All
I
right.
know.
Tubes. Tubes over on the right. Everyone is the folks that were ready. Appreciate you. Mopac.
Put Christmas decorations up right since you can't tell me no in front of all your friends.
What was that?
Nunny.
Can't tell her no in front of all your friends. I think Mopac has been taken away. But 46
He got abducted by
is
aliens.
2.25. Which is
So my
Were you guys talking to me? Because my headphones keep cutting in and out. They've been doing that the whole time.
oh, okay. I thought you were
That's
being
why I've been
talked
very
to and you had
silent.
to mute.
Well, I mean, I've been getting talked to too, but
Oh,
my
okay.
headphones have also been doing that.
But 46 2.25. That's for you. And then Mew
155 at 2.
155 at 2. Okay, that's better. 46 by
That's pretty
2.25 is rough, especially given the field. Milky.
Okay. This one surprised me when I first saw it, but it is apparently what the CNW did.
Oops, I'll superheat.
Oh no,
Oh
that's an
oh
8.
dear.
That's not a misinput. That's just 8 tubes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. Eight
All right.
tubes at 2 inches. You're still not going to be last because you
Amazing.
got 2-inch tubes. But wow. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen a count that low, like outside of the 1830s.
Neither have I.
It's an interesting locomotive. Ryder,
199 at 2 1/4 inch each.
2 1/4. Well, you're doing better than Mopac up at the top. What about the furnace?
Well, 230.
Holy crap!
2
All right.
inch.
That's 5 points. 4 points goes to Mew. 3 points goes to Milky. 2 points to Ryder, and 1 point to Mopac. All right.
Yeah, reminder, this is a furnace engine, so hint, hint.
Yeah, you gotta
It's
use
gotta
that
be a
for
furnace in there.
Boo. All right, Marine. What's your
I'll
stat
shut the
call?
door behind me. Let's see. Let me just look at all the locomotives I have. What's the correlation between all of them? Oh, they're bigger than me. So,
Yes.
engine weight.
Engine
We are
weight.
indeed.
Going once. Going
I'll
twice.
veto that.
Okay, a veto for Mopac. I was gonna say if we got through that, I was like, yeah, okay, no one's gonna veto this right at the beginning. But engine weight off the board. You gotta pick
All right.
on the little furnace railway engine. Marine,
Alright, I got more where that came from. Tender loaded weight.
tender loaded weight. That's an even meaner one. Going once.
Veto.
A veto from Ryder. Oh my god. Well, we'll get all these out of the way. We'll get all the vetoes off the board.
Alright, total engine and tender weight.
Going once. Going twice. No one's gonna kick this one out. See, I
No.
feel like everyone's just you know. You gotta think about what's gonna benefit you. I feel like everyone other than Mopac. Like Mopac was gonna be screwed on both of those, but you can only veto once. So that was total
Total
locomotive weight.
engine and tender weight.
Right there.
At some point, you gotta think about what's going to screw you the most personally and go off of that.
Mopac?
Let me look here real quick. 808,670 pounds.
Well, we're under 1 million. Okay. Mew? Oh,
418. 418,544.
undo it and Control Shift V. Great, now it's just black. Oh.
That BI.
Alright, it's broken. It's broken. Hold on, I got it. Hold on, I got it. There we go. There we go. Problemo solved. That was 808,000, then 418,000, and then Milky.
Mine is 772,000.
772,000. Okay. Ryder.
697,300.
Okay, that's probably going to get 2-3 right in the middle of the road. And let's hear it from Marine.
I probably weigh as much as one of your tenders.
Probably.
207,786.
You could fit two of you. You could fit two of you in the next closest. 5 points for you, 4 points for Mew, the next closest, 3 points for the New Haven Rider, 2 points for the CNW Milky, and 1 point for Mopac, not the Mopac. And let's see where we stand. Oh, I left the thing on, so there's no big reveal. But that is where we stand. 18 points for 4,001. Milky's in the lead. And a relatively tight spread. Everyone's fairly close.
Yeah.
16 points for second place. That's Mew. 15 points for third place. That's Ryder. 14 points for fourth place. That's Marine. And 13 points for Mopac. That's the 3460 class, and I should probably try to, maybe next season I'll try to start referring to things by the locomotive more instead of the person. Maybe it'll help people keep things straight, especially when we have so many similar names.
I did not expect to be here.
But 4001, I'm reasonably impressed it's in the lead, but between it and 3463 and 1403, it was going to be one of these three locomotives, and that's the top three right there. Or no, sorry. I'm surprised that Mew's in second place. That's what I'm surprised about. Mopac,
Yeah.
what is your second stat call?
Go with.
What?
Oh, I didn't say what I wanted to go with yet.
Okay.
No.
I like how Wednesdays is the days when John gets off the boat, so now he just comes and watches the Royale every other week. Hi, John. And hi, Brian. I know you've been here as well. I wonder if gaming from home. What you got, Mopac? You're running low on time.
Let's go with flues.
Flues, okay. Well, I wonder who's going to have a lot of flues. Going once. Going twice. Flues. I wonder if somebody is going to have no flues.
I wonder if someone has all of them.
Yeah.
Actually.
All right, Mopac.
300 at 3.5.
300 at 3.5. Okay. Okay, you know what? That's not bad. That's a lot, and that's kind of small. Mew.
Yeah, 30 at 5.25.
At least you have flues. Although you are super
Standard
modern.
gauge.
I just keep
Never seen
forgetting
anything
that.
smaller than
By the
3.5.
look of you, I don't think you are. Relatively speaking, super modern. Milky.
Okay, I have 396 of them at
Wow.
3.5.
Wow. Those are some... I thought you said 396. 196?
Yep.
That's it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you can
I-
stand up in my border, no problem.
That's not a lot.
So, I have a question. How are these, I'm not actually seeing much of a correlation between how are these scored for
So-
tubes and flues?
So I'll explain when we get down to the end of it.
Okay.
Ryder,
48 at 5.5.
48 at 5.5, and Marine.
Well, there's a problem.
I noticed you wrote
Ooh.
out diameter.
I have a diameter. I don't know what I don't have a number for the number that there are.
Well, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I am surprised you have any.
The first person to receive a half a point on a stat.
Like Loco Base literally has flues. It specifies, oh, they're 5 inches.
And
And
that's
it. It does. It
Damn.
just,
Well,
there's
that's
no
very
number.
unfortunate.
It's just blank dash 5 inch. I'm
Yep.
like, where'd this come from?
I'm
Because
surprised
I
you
tried
have
to
any.
look at. I'm surprised that this thing has any as well because the 230 tubes, but I guess big boiler. I don't know.
They have no diameter, or they have. There is no amount of them. It's a hypothetical tube. But anyway, I'm sorry. That's very unfortunate. 5 points goes to Mopac. 4 points goes to Milky, and 4001. 3 points to what number is this? 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yep.
7-Eleven was a part-time job.
Yeah.
2 points
At least
to
it's convenient.
1403, and the pity point to. What number is this?
Do you want the
Oh, it's-
furnace number or the LMS number?
Uh,
The furnace number is 115.
okay, 115.
115.
Whatever it is in this picture. So furnace, I guess.
Yeah,
115.
115.
But these are scored based on diameter. So smaller diameter tubes or flues is a measure of is prioritized as a
Okay.
measure of space efficiency. So if you've got smaller ones, you can pack more of them in there, and then if there's a tie, then it goes to the number.
Okay, that's
Yeah. It's
okay.
it's very deliberately a game balance thing more than anything else. My justification is less than perfect, but if you're gonna err one way or the other, I think the space efficiency thing is
Yeah.
worth
Yeah.
considering.
More smaller is better than fewer bigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get more surface area that way. Although there's a stat for that. Anyway, Mew. Oops, I clicked on the wrong locomotive. That's not your locomotive. That is.
I don't even look at how many tubes or flues things have half the time when I'm picking locomotives. I look at diameter.
Yeah, well, diameter will win you the day. I mean, if you sneak in with a locomotive with like 1.75 inch flues, you blow some people away. Mew, what is your second stat call? I've seen engines
You
with
know what?
sub 1.5 inch flues, which is woof, or tubes, rather.
Amazing. I am gonna go for driver diameter.
Driver diameter. I was wondering if that was going to come out in the wash. Driver diameter going once, going twice. Okay, driver diameter. I wonder where the middle people are going to fall. I think I know who's going to be last.
Interesting call by the Kiwi.
Well, no, he's Australian. He's not New
Oh,
Zealander.
New Zealand.
Yeah, he's Aussie.
Okay, the Aussie.
He comes from a land down under.
Damn it! I should have given you my image
Thunder.
upside down.
Gives you the accurate
would've been
image of a
You know what?
skin
You know what?
in
You
Australia.
know what? If
Oh,
I
okay.
remember to, I'll turn it upside down in the thumbnail.
Face.
All right, Mopac.
Oh, I thought we were already going. My mic cut out, so I thought we all got quiet. 84-inch drivers.
84-inch drivers. Okay, those are some hefty chunks. Yep. You.
Huh. Worse than I thought, I guess. 73.
73. Yeah, no, you're calling drivers on a
Yeah.
Hudson. I would shoot for 80 or above. Well, 80 is the like rational limit, and then some crazy things are up at 84.
The
Present company
interesting thing is
included.
that these were designed for express service, but were specifically limited to 70 miles an hour. So
That's some lame express trains.
yeah.
Especially
Take-
on a continent that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You know what else is 84?
It's been 84 inches. Ryder.
You mentioned that 80 is the same number. Guess I'm the only one here then.
Yep. 80 inches for you. Okay. And Marine.
British loading gauge, 68.
At least
Oh,
it's
it's so close to greatness.
also true. I was gonna say at least it's above 60. Well, we've got a tie here at 84 inches. Crazy. You know what else had 84-inch drivers? The Pennsylvania Railroad S1.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
You know what they
84.
couldn't do though? Curves.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's, you know,
Or the
you don't need those.
turntable at S line.
Yeah.
And we'll go straight to Berlin. Wait, no. So yeah, 5 points to the Santa Fe 3463 and the CNW 4001. 3 points to the New Haven 1403. 2 points to the what railroad is this exactly? Mew?
Victorian Railways.
Okay. Yeah, Victorian Railways. I keep seeing the W and I go Victorian. Victorian Railways 711 gets 2 points, and then Furnace 115 gets 1 point. Milky, what's your second stat call?
High pressure cylinders.
I was wondering when that would come. I figured it wouldn't be called by you, but that's a close second in my mind. Going once, going twice. High pressure cylinders. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. I mean, I think I know what's about to happen, but there are some people that I'm curious about, at least a little bit. High pressure cylinders from Mopac.
23.5 by 29.
23.5 by 29, 25,000 cubic inches. From Mew.
I got a pair of 21.25 by 28.
21.25 by 28. I was hoping that yours would be a little bigger because broad gauge, but this locomotive is not living up to the hype for me. About 20,000 cubic inches.
Game over.
Milky.
25 by 29.
25 by 29. 28,500. Ryder.
22 by 30.
22 by 30. The only person with a 30-inch stroke. Okay. Doesn't help you too much. 22 and change thousand cubic inches. Finally, Marine.
Yeah, being inside, having inside cylinders is a very good for, anything.
Yeah.
19.5 by 26, and there's two of them.
15,000. Everyone here had 2 cylinders. Nothing crazy. But Milky does win this. I was expecting it to go to the 3400 class, but Milky takes it.
I didn't think it was a guarantee. I was definitely gambling on it, but it paid off.
4 points to the 3400 class after all. 3 points to the I-5s, the New Haven I-5s. 2 points to the VR 711. And wait, hold on. The VR 711. Yeah, I feel like I know some people who have visited that.
Damn, I don't
Alright,
have my bet on.
The and 1 point to the furnace. 1 point in the furnace. Ryder, what's your second stat call?
I'm calling Builder.
Builder. I wonder why. Going once, going twice. Builder. There's exactly one locomotive that I'm curious about. Mopac.
This too is a Baldwin.
Yeah, I've been staring at that little circular plate since it got here. What about who built the VR 711?
North British.
Oh God. All right, let's just hope
Oh.
nothing else is weird, so that's an easy one to give. Milky.
Alco's Schenectady.
Oh, right. There is another weird one here. Not you, though, and not this one either. Ryder?
Baldwin built.
Baldwin built. There's that plate. Get to learn to recognize them. Actually, this one is not too bad. It's not some weird unknown, like, not unknown, but like British home-built shop thing. Right? Right? It's Kitson, right?
Yeah, it's Kitsing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's not.
And then-
It's not some pull under the rug kind of thing. No, it's
Yeah.
Kitson.
It's built
Oh,
by,
good. I can read the photo.
It's
by-
not Shermy and Jenks Company Limited of my backyard.
Three
Yeah.
astute gentlemen in a shed.
No, not their backyard. Their shed.
Okay, the question, though, is where is Kitson on the list?
Good question.
I don't think it's on the list.
I almost feel like it is on the list, but it's like in a very niche.
No,
Yes.
I have Buyer Peacock. I'm surprised that Kitson hasn't shown up at all. Yeah. Wait. Oh, you know where it shows up? It shows up in the list of Valve gears.
Weird.
I don't know if
Mhm.
that's just me putting it in the
Interesting.
wrong spot, or there is a Valve gear called Kitson out there. But I'm gonna. And let me look back at this. Well, okay, let's give out the easy ones. 5 points to the Baldwins, 3 points to Alco Schenectady, and now I've decided between North British and Kitson and Company, and that's an easy one to me. I don't think we have North British either. Hold on. No, we do have North British. Oh God, North British is really high on the list. Why is North British so high? Presumably,
They know how to have fun.
yeah. Presumably, it's because they made stuff like this to export.
The sheer amount of exports, yeah.
Yeah.
UK's Baldwin, I guess.
Also, it made Sharp Stewart and Company. Also, okay, and it was a merge of three. Oh, okay, that's why. Largest locomotive manufacturing in Europe and the British Empire, and the second largest in the world after Baldwin. So
Oh,
there's
geez.
there's that. So I think Kitson cannot possibly stand up to that, which is a shame because I like Kitson. So I'm just gonna write this down, I guess.
So wait, does it take the spot from Alco, or is it
No.
still behind Alco?
It's behind Alco. The reasons in the list are sometimes an enigma, and with many of these, we get as many like 1-to-1 pairs until we realize exactly where something is in the list. But in this case, North British is better than Kitson. And at some point, we might establish what is immediately worse than Kitson, and it'll slot into the list somewhere. But that's not a problem for right now. So, Kitson and Company is
Probably
getting the 1
Sedalia
point.
shops.
Sedalia shops. Oh God. 5 points. Yeah, 5 points to these two right here, and then 3 points to this one, the Alco, and then 2 points to the North British engine, because the British get thrown at least one bone, and 1 point to Kitson and Company. So that's I feel bad for dishing out that one. This has been a round full of ones for Marine. Marine, you really couldn't find a B&O Hudson?
Nope. I could have gone with the C&O banana, but I was like, no, I don't.
Oh
wanna go
my
with
God, that would have
something
been
American.
so goddamn funny.
And the funniest part,
Medium Loco.
I have the C&O Power Book, so it would help me. But no, I wanted to go with something that wasn't American because
You just
I
had to be
wanted
unique.
to break. I wanted to break the consistent Americanisms.
I feel like if
That
yeah, I feel like if we had if Kaiserin had managed to make it to this one, even though the Nord engine she was going to bring is absolutely probably just like murderific, I would imagine that you'd have up here at least something kind of similar. Alas, you have been wrecked. But it is your stat call.
Minimum weight of rail.
Minimum weight of rail. Smart stat call. Going once. Going twice.
Veto.
Okay.
Okay, a veto from Milky.
Okay.
All right.
I
We
don't.
should stick together.
I knew that.
I
was
don't
gonna
even know
happen.
why.
No, I know why.
Okay.
Trust me.
Marine, try
Not
something
good.
else.
Let me think. How many weight stats do I have left?
I'd like to think that there are enough weight stats that every single one, like, people could use all of their vetoes on them and you'd still have enough to get you through all 5 rounds.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
Actually, hold on. There's this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. No, so I guess not, but there are other ones. There are other similar ones.
might as well go with it. Weight on drivers.
Wait on drivers. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Wait on drivers. That one passes. That one stands. Wait on drivers.
It's
get like a
because
3 or
me was
something.
gonna get a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Mopac.
Drivers, where are we at? 213,440.
13,440. When things are so specific, I wonder if they really did they really just take the time to, like, weigh them? Anyway,
I
I've
mean,
seen-
they had scales everywhere on the railroad. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen some shenanigans done with
Static
scales.
dynamometer.
Person who's about to get a 4, Mew.
131,040.
That's minuscule. Milky.
216,000.
Ooh, just slightly more than the Mopac, or than the Santa Fe. Than Mopac's Santa Fe. Mopac's Santa Fe's Hudson. Mopac's Santa Fe Hudson.
Don't get one.
Yes.
Cool.
Ryder.
193 grand.
193 grand. You're aiming for a 3 once again. Not a bad place to be.
Yep.
Marine.
I am surprised Mew is as close as he is, but not low enough. 122,976.
All right, just barely under 123. That'll get you 5 points. That's a nice way to end the round. 4 points to Mew, 3 points to Ryder, 2 points to Mopac, and 1 point to Milky. With that Chungris.
Honestly, that was closer than I thought. I thought it was going to be a complete wash for me.
Well, on the bright side, you did have another 18-point round, which was
Yeah.
the high in round 1. On the not-so-bright side, that is no longer the high on round 2. You are still in the lead, 36 points, and 34 points is your second place. That is the 3460. Now, Mopac had an absolutely dominating round with 21 points, and third place goes to the third place in the round as well, Ryder, with the I-5, 1403. 16 points this round, 31 points overall, and 29 points for fourth place with Mew and 13 points this round. 23 points total for Marine. This poor thing. I shouldn't feel bad for it because it's British, but this poor thing. I mean, I feel worse for Marine than I do for the locomotive.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, it's it hurts to see someone suffer. But at any rate, the 2 locomotives that are in the lead are the 2 locomotives I would expect to be in the lead, and the I-5 being in third. The only thing that surprises me is how close it is to the virtual reality 7-Eleven. So, interested to see how these next 2 rounds shake out. Let's get a move on Mopac. What's your third stat call?
Cats.
What? The telltale sounds of somebody's headphone mic.
Oh, okay. Am I calling a stat now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't hear you for a solid minute.
Let's see. This is a hell of a locomotive. What is that? What is that? That's what is What's going on down here? I think I know what that is. Well, Mopac, what'll it be? Oh, for crying out loud, it broke again. How long will it take for people to be like, Once again, I assume that the thing was just like, inactivity, goodbye. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense that that would happen, but alas. Appreciate the ping to get us back on track.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was that because of
Yeah.
me or because it?
No,
actually
I don't.
just
I don't
crashed?
think it was because of anybody in particular. It happened like a couple of royales ago when Discord was having problems, and it just like
Yeah.
kicked us out. It might do it again, because it did it twice last time. But what's your stat call, Mopac?
Heating surface over cylinder volume.
Heating surface over cylinder volume. Interesting call. Going once, going twice. Evaporative heating surface over cylinder volume. Oops, wrong thing.
327.61.
327.61 is a decent number. It's fairly above par. Mew,
Oh, jeez. 195.15.
I had hope for you. I was hoping that would at least be good.
Your broad gauge.
It's not. Yeah. Milky?
240.17.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Take a step back.
Yep.
I didn't give this the appropriate, like, gravitas, because I saw 327 and my brain said 227. 327 is ridiculously high. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my god. What?
Just a bit above
like-
par.
Yeah, I was... Okay, yeah, because then, like, Milky set me straight. You wrote 240, and I went, oh yeah, a little bit more than the... Wait, no. No. Okay,
Wow.
anyway, what about the i5? Ryder? Oh, shoot. We didn't let
He's
Ryder
not
back
here.
He's not back yet.
in. We got almost everybody
no.
back. Ryder, heating surface over cylinder volume.
Okay, so it is evaporative, not combined.
Yeah, it's heating
Um,
surface over... It's literally called evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
It's a mouthful.
It's at the bottom of the list of heating stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It gets everyone at least
289.02.
Wow, that's pretty damn good. And
Ryder, had you been doing math?
what about the?
I was scrambling to do math.
No, you don't
'cause
have
I
to do
couldn't
math.
find it because I couldn't see it because I was panicking.
All right,
jeez.
Marine.
I am not one. 222.88.
222.88. I mean, it's a 2, but it's not a 1. 5 points to the 3463. 4 points to the 1403. 3 points to the 4001. 2 points to the 115. And 1 point to the 711.
I feel like even though Victorian Railways did broad gauge, they had no consideration for loading gauge.
Yeah, I feel like VR could definitely get away with having monstrous locomotives, and they just didn't. Which is kind of a bummer, because just think of the crazy stuff we could have seen.
It could have been closer to like the Irish and what they did with their broad gauge.
Yeah, just like gigantic monsters. Like, did VR have giant Garretts? I feel like they should have done that.
I don't know, but
They had Garrett's, I
do-
think.
South Africa had some massive ones.
Yeah, I might be confusing them with South Africa. Anyway,
they did apparently have articulateds, but they also had, if you remember, the Loco Heavy Harry.
oh god, no, I don't remember Heavy Harry.
Oh, heavy hitter.
Basically,
Oh, yeah, he was like-
Victorian Railways' largest non-articulated steam locomotive to run on Australian railways. It was a 484.
Okay, I was gonna ask if that was that movie that was all in first person. Anyway,
Hardcore
Mew, what is
heavy.
your stat call?
I'm gonna choose axle loading.
Axle loading. Does everybody have axle loading? Does anyone not have axle loading?
I
don't
have
have it.
axle loading.
Hold on. I only want to hear if somebody does not.
I do not.
You do not. All right, time to do math. Now we actually do have to do math.
Yippee!
Weight on drivers divided by number of driver sets, in this case 3. Weight on drivers divided by 3 for everybody, please.
Okay.
Axle loading... Anyway, well, I'll give it this. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Axle loading. And Mopac, as soon as you get your math sorted out, go ahead and drop that in and tell me what it is. Oh,
That
God.
would
You
be
got so much waggles.
approximately
Go on.
71,146.
Okay.
0.6 repeating.
Mew,
43,680.
43,680. Milky,
72 grand.
72
Nice.
even. Interesting. Ryder,
I did the math and it came out really close to the loco base one. I got 64,333.3 repeating. The loco base is 64,400.
yeah. So
I don't think it matters.
no, the way, because the way axle loading works, the stat that's presented is the highest single axle. Doing it this way, you find out what the theoretical minimum could be. If all the axles were balanced perfectly, it would be that number that we just calculated. Now,
Okay.
if you ever do that math and the number you get is higher than what is listed on Locobase, one of two things has happened. Either you did the math wrong, or someone is lying. Because I've seen a couple of situations where the axle loading listed is a theoretically impossible number, or a practically impossible number, because it is lower than the minimum.
I think mine's only like 300 less pounds than the max axle loading.
Sometimes, yeah. Let's hear Marines.
This is either a thank you Mew or sorry Mew. 40,992.
All right, well, that is a 5 for you. 5 points,
Nah.
and then 4 points to Mew, and then 3 points to Ryder, 2 points to Mopac, and 1 point to Milky.
I'm average.
I have no idea what could get me a 5, so I'm going for the guaranteed 4s.
And there you go. Sometimes you
Understandable.
just got to play for that. Milky.
All right.
I was just joking.
If I add
I
these,
am going to go with boiler pressure.
boiler pressure, going once, going twice. Boiler pressure. What is the boiler pressure of the 3460 class?
A cool 300 pounds.
Nice, right on par. What about the convenience store class?
214.7.
214.7. What about the 4000 class, I guess?
F7.
300.
E4. Not
They're
the Dada
E4s.
F7s.
No.
285.
285, okay. Room for improvement. And finally, the 115.
Man, it'd be great if I was over 200. 170.
That's really sad.
Man.
That really explains the power L1 from the beginning of the game. 5 points to Milky, 5 points to Mopac also. So the Santa Fe and the CNW get 5 points. 3 points to the New Haven, 2 points to the VR, and 1 point to the FR. Ryder,
FR.
1 point for real.
I'm gonna say valve gear.
Ooh, interesting call. Valve gear, going once, going twice. Valve gear. This is something that really like caught my
I was
attention.
thinking about this one.
This caught my attention when I was looking at my options, when I looked at the New Haven, or not the New Haven, when I looked at the Main Central Hudson. Mopac?
Oh yeah, Walsh.
Wally. What about you, Mew?
This too is a Wally.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here.
But oh,
Damn it! I thought you had Baker.
Yeah,
Baker
damn it.
Baker
One,
were
yeah.
one.
Milwaukee?
Anyway.
I was afraid that one of these a-holes had Baker, but no, I do.
Okay,
Wow.
there's the Baker.
Nice.
I see something on the I-5. Ryder?
Ball shirts.
Yep. Banana. And finally,
Banana.
it's not inside wall shirts, is it, Marine?
I don't know why anyone should be surprised. Stevenson.
The
What
only
could be
way I
worse?
would have been surprised is if it was something other than Stevenson.
you could have Allen.
Oh God! Yeah, I mean,
does.
there are so many worse Valve gears this thing could have. I'm glad that it's Stevenson.
Reminder that Inside Baker effectively exists.
For the record, if anyone was concerned that Marine might end up making it as style points, this was basically like taking him out back and shooting him in the head. This is a really bad round. If
I
you
mean, this
happen to have
whole game. I'm sorry, but this whole game's more or less been a. Stop! He's already dead.
Yeah, no, this is.
Like I never even started, and my corpse is already being beaten,
You got killed by
Senseless.
those vetoes.
It's a shame because we have a VR engine, and I think yours is actually a VR engine.
It on.
Like, it's not real. But 5 points
Zam.
goes to the CNNW. 4 points apiece goes to the other 3 locomotives that are not built in Britain. Or, well, sorry, this one is built in Britain. That didn't live in Britain. That aren't Furnace Railway. Honestly, I think we're learning that the Furnace Railway is just a really big disappointment. That's what I'm learning, anyway.
And who knew that it was forced into the LMS for a reason, and not the LMS forced into it.
The New
Yeah.
Haven of the Isles.
Hey.
Its locomotives looked wonderful. Yeah,
That's it.
and they had a
The
pretty
difference
nice
is that ours
paint
didn't
scheme.
suck.
Well, I wasn't talking about the locomotives. Anyway, Marine, it's your turn again.
I guess it is. All right, let me throw this out just so it can get vetoed. Overall wheelbase.
Overall wheelbase, going once, going twice. Overall wheelbase. The only person left with a veto is Mew, and I feel like this is advantageous to him.
Yeah.
Overall wheelbase for the Not a Blue Goose,
88.6
88.6. Oh, let me fix that
or
rounding.
7.
Mew.
Interestingly, 67.
Yeah, that's this is a broad gauge engine. Just reminding everyone of that fact. 4001 Milky.
88.98.
88.98.
rounded
Let me
up.
fix that. Ryder.
84.83.
84.83.
Woo.
Okay. Wow, these two are so close together. The two 88s. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And let's hear like 30 feet from the furnace.
40.75.
Okay, I was close. I wasn't really that close, but it's still the smallest by a country mile. 5 points to the Furnace Railway 115. 4 points to the 711. 3 points to the 1403. 2 points to the 3463, and 1 point to the 4001. So, I mean, I have a feeling as to where this whole thing is going, but so far, it's not super uncompetitive outside of the furnace engine. In fact, it's
Any
very
engine
competitive at the
points?
top, with 52 points to the new leader, picking up an 18-point round in the 3460 class. Mopac, you've taken the lead. 51 points to Milky, who remains in second. And then 48 points for Ryder and 44 points from you. That's third and fourth right there. 37 points for the N1 class, which honestly, the craziest thing about this is, I feel like this could be much further back. And despite the fact that this is the second time in a row, second time in a row it's had the worst round. 14 points is not atrocious, but then again, that is really just 2 5s and then a lucky 2.
Yeah.
It is going to be a neck-and-neck race. Unless something very strange happens, it's going to be a neck-and-neck race between the Alco and the Baldwin, between the big Alco and the big Baldwin, leading into style points, and the other Baldwin, the New Havenite, following the Nutmegger following close behind. And then Mew probably in there to play spoiler if he survives. Mopac, what is
I'm
your
in danger.
fourth and final stat call?
I'm just gonna assume you asked what my stat call is,
I
and I'm
did.
gonna say power
Yep.
MT. But
Power
just know I
MT.
can't. Oh, I can hear now.
Okay, yeah,
power
power
MT.
empty. That's exactly what I need. I thought you got internet installed. Going once, going twice.
I didn't say I had good internet.
That's very fair. Such is life. Power MT. Mopac.
All right.
Not supposed to have a slash in it.
Let me just type it in real quick. 7.
I fat fingered it.
Such is life.
Oh yeah. Anyways, 2,267.26.
2,267. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Pretty damn nice. No, if I remember right, par for this stat is like 1,000. So, god damn. Mew.
Yeah. Broad gauge comes with broad weight. 897.75.
Yeah, but you could do better than that. 897.75. Imagine if this thing had 300 psi. That would really be something. Milky.
1,809.87.
Also ridiculous. Extremely high. Ryder.
Good, but not the top. 1538.29.
1538.29. Okay. And finally, Marine.
319.31.
Ouch.
Oof.
Oof.
That's all I can say. 5 points to Mopac. 4 points to Milky. 3 points to Ryder. So this is the hierarchy as we go down.
Maybe
2 points to Mew and 1 point to Marine. And Mew gets to go next. So what is your final stat call, Mew? Mew.
Oh, driver wheelbase.
Driver wheelbase. That's a smart call given what we know. Going once, going twice, driver wheelbase. Or rigid wheelbase, it's the same in this case. Mopac, what is your driver wheelbase?
14.5.
14.5. Okay, it's not bad. You know what's funny? I'm not sure because again, the homogeneity of these Royales, I'm waiting for the next time we get the opportunity to have somebody's rigid wheelbase longer than another contestant's overall wheelbase. Anyway, Mew?
12.83.
12.83.
Thank you, baby.
Milky?
14.67.
14.67. Ooh, slightly longer than the Santa Fe. Ryder?
14 even.
14 even, slightly smaller than the Santa Fe. And finally, the Furnace Railway.
I will.
13.25.
13.25, and you don't even get a 5 off of that.
Oh.
But you do get a 4, so smart play on Mew's part, 5 points, 4 points to you. That puts a little bit of space between him and the big engines. 3 points to the not quite so big engine, and then 2 points to Mopac, and 1 point to Milky. Milky, what is your last stat call?
Number built.
Number built. Wow, we haven't come around to this one yet. I'm interested, considering this is such a low number in a class, relatively speaking. Number built, going once, going twice. And this is a question. This is a question. Mopac, how many built?
More than you'd think, but not enough. It'd be 6.
6. Okay, I was going to go with
It needs to
10
be
at
more.
the upper limit.
That's one more than I thought,
Uh-oh. Mew?
but it doesn't matter.
70.
70.
What?
That's a
Well,
lot.
I guess that makes
That's
sense.
a lot of
I
Yeah,
guess
engines.
that checks.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Fun fact, they went from R700 to R769.
Nice.
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 No.
All right. Mew. Milky.
9.
9.
Wow.
Okay. All right. You're still above. Ryder.
Well, I hope the furnace doesn't have more than me, because I got 10.
You got 10. All right. What about these things? How many of these did they do?
There's 100, aren't there?
Oh, 5. Oh.
Ah, damn.
Man.
Yeah, it was either going to be there's going to be a lot of them, or there's going to be like 2.
It's a reason why you probably have never ever heard or seen of this thing before.
To be fair, it is British, so
That's also
inferior
true.
technology.
Although, just looking at the entire game we've played to this point, I'm not surprised I've never heard of it. This poor, sad little thing. Anyway, 5 points to the VR with 70. 4 points to the New Haven, 3 points to the CN&W, 2 points to the Santa Fe, and 1 point to the Furnace. Ryder, what is your last stat call?
as a joke, I want to say gauge, but I'm not going to actually say that.
It's not a valid stat point anyway.
If gauge was a valid style or a valid stat call, smaller would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the joke. But
Uh,
have we already done combined heating surface?
You can see it in the list here that we have not.
Well then, combined heating surface.
Combined heating surface. Interesting call. I wonder how it's going to fare against the really big engines. Going once, going twice. Combined heating surface. Mopac?
That would be 6,850.
6850. That's a lot of combined heating surface. You know what? That answers a question. Mew.
I really think the builders loved just having more tube sheets. 2705.
2705. What? They should have just put like a Mondo boiler on this. I wanted to see that. I want to see this, but dropped with the largest diameter boiler they could drop on it. Anyway, would be terrible, but it's already. Milky.
Mine is 5842.
50. That's a full 1,000 lower than the
Yep.
Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe engine. No wonder that thing trounced the Royal Hudson. How does 1403 stack up, Ryder?
I'm a full 1,000 smaller than that.
Oh my god! It does help if you say the number out loud.
4857.
4857. And finally,
2003.
2003.
That was a good year.
Welcome to
No.
the
Yeah.
21st century furnace.
Yes. 5 points.
It's the only modern thing.
I can't think of any particular 2003 thing that makes me go yay or boo. So
Me?
Oh, okay.
I think Shrek
Yay.
began production.
Oh, okay. 5 points to the Santa Fe, 4 points to the CN&W, 3 points to the New Haven, 2 points to the VR, and 1 point to the Furnace. Last call for the Furnace Railway, Marine.
Well, I mean,
It's a shame this thing seems to have no tricks up its sleeve. It doesn't even have sleeves.
I mean, I could call engine with base, but it's not gonna help me at all.
Well, if you've got any questions, if you've got any burning questions, now's your time to get them answered.
I mean, no, don't want to do that. Where's it? God.
I think you want to call evaporative heating surface.
How about
Shush.
no?
Well, you have to pick something. You're just about out of time.
Firebox area.
Firebox area. Okay. Firebox area is a reasonable call. It's a answering the question kind of call. There are a couple of things that I would have thrown out there as just sort of like a chaos. ET's weight or wheelbase ratio, tractive effort. Those two things have both been like burning a hole in my brain. We might get around to those. But
I only saw one guarantee.
yeah, firebox area, right? Going once, going twice. Firebox area.
I can't hear you all. Okay, there we go.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, firebox
There
area.
you go.
I
Firebox
can-
area from OPEC.
Anyways, 375.
375. Okay. Mew.
285.
That's not bad, actually. Milky?
Insert Homer smashing a chair over Bart. 507.
Oh my god!
Lord.
That's humongous. That's up there with 3 aces. Okay.
I'm glad I didn't call sub firebox.
Oh my god. Yeah, what a thing. Alright, Ryder?
MU, I could have had a 5. 480.
480. Wow, that's really good.
And I'm realizing I probably should have called tender capacity instead of combined heating surface, but what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? These are the burning questions we are left with at the end of Royales, but for now, Furness.
153.
153.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
No, I don't think anybody should be.
Squeeze the firebox into the small. Yeah.
Yeah. These little Baltic tanks, they're not great for that. I mean, the tank
It was
engines,
fast though.
that's always good. Could it do more than 70? Because in that case, it's better than the VR thing.
Probably. I don't know. I mean,
I know what we need to rebuild next. Just kidding, not this.
Mango gobbles.
Nothing from the Furnace Railway. All right, Disappointment Central. 5 points
We gotta
to
do some more digging then.
5 points to the CNNW, 4 points to the New Haven, 3 points to the Santa Fe, 2 points to the VR, and 1 point to the Furnace. Into the Furnace it goes. If I could have a Furnace Railway locomotive show up and impress me, I'd be very happy. But I need to think about what I'm going to do next, and for that we need to see where we stand at the end of round 4.
Oh, nice.
Nice indeed. Mopac is in the lead with 69 points. 17 points on the round for Mopac, 17 points on the round for Milky, who's in second place with 68, 17 points on the round for Ryder, who's in third place with 65, and 16 points on the round for Mew, who's in fourth place with 60. And then the N1 class, 45 points. That's 23 points behind the leader, 24 points behind the leader. I'm sorry, I cannot do anything to save you. However, what I can do is try to level the playing field a little bit for the Victorian Railways R711 and the New Haven I-5 1403. So, as much as there are burning questions that I want answered, because I can make some kind of difference, I should probably try to do that. In that case, weight stats are probably the easiest way for me to go. We have a bunch of weight stats that have been, three things that have been vetoed. At least one of which I know exactly how it's going to go. But because I don't really care whether Mopac or Milky gets the 1 here, because they're so close at the top, I feel like I should probably just pick one of the other ones that I don't know quite as well. Or I could pick Tender Loaded Weight, just to be ridiculous. You know what? I have a question. Marine, would it make you happy if I called Tender Loaded Weight?
I mean,
No. Oh, you heard it. Marine said it.
did I say no? I did not.
Yeah, I'm gonna call.
I mean, I don't care, honestly. I think if it helps Mew, great. That's all I care about.
Yeah, you know what? I want to know. We haven't done any tender stats this time. We're gonna do Tender Loaded Weight as a host choice. I could have done a handful of other ones, but I kind of want to know, and I don't know how this is going to turn out. So, Tender Loaded Weight for Mopac for 34.63.
Way more than it should be. That would be 396,000.
396,000 and change. The thing with 34.63's tender is that I don't have confirmation that anything goes in it. Like, I can't see the top, I can't see anything sticking out. It could just be a solid piece of metal, for all I know. 36.
It could be the
396,000. That is.
Yeah, it could be the 7,000 gallons of oil.
Well, here's like.
Yeah.
Hold on. We didn't do engine weight, did we? No, that got vetoed as well. Can't help but notice that the weight on drivers. This would fit 2 other contestants. With room to spare. It would fit any 2 other contestants in terms of weight on drivers. So that's a big tender. Mew, what about yours? How big is your tender?
178,528.
Okay, I was expecting it to be light. That's really light. Milky?
360 grand.
360 grand. Okay, yeah, this is kind of how I expected it to go. Ryder?
332 grand.
332 grand. That's closer than the other 2. I was kind of worried that I was going to end up putting you behind the big engines, but you got out of that one there. Hey, Marine, what's your tender loaded weight?
What's a tender?
5 points to Marine. Yay! We give him a hero's fanfare as he gets eliminated from the game. 4 points to Mew. That's right where I wanted it. 3 points to the New Haven, 2 points to the CNW, and 1 point to the ATSF. There's nobody here that I really have a grudge against. I feel bad about the Furnace Railway engine. I'm just kind of disappointed. I'm pretty ambivalent about the Australians in general, or at least their locomotives. Australians are cool people. The New Haven, like, I hate politically, but I like their stuff. And I like it's like a Stockholm syndrome. I'm from Rhode Island. We had no other railroads. And then
You did have the Narragansett Pier.
yeah, no other railroads that actually did anything. I love the Narragansett Pier. It went to the Narragansett Pier. That's it. At least it wasn't one of those railroads that overstated its goals.
Yeah.
And then the CNW, I'm pretty ambivalent on. The Santa Fe, my only bone to pick with the Santa Fe is they don't get called out as weird as much as they should be. But here's where we stand right now. 2 players with 70 points in the lead. Those are the 2 big engines. No surprise there. 68 points for third and 64 points for fourth. 50 points even for the N1. So you got a half a century. It's not great, but you know, I'm sure we've seen worse. We may have seen worse. You can sit around and collect style points if you want. If not, you are free to go. And thank you for playing. Mew, you have the least
Yes.
points, so you get to start us off with style points. What is your first style point call?
Okay, there's a reason I chose this picture specifically,
Go on.
because it's been modified since this picture was taken, but I'm taking it as is in that picture.
Okay.
Dual Lempor exhaust.
Ooh, wow. Fancy. Yeah, that's a trouncing thing. Does anyone else have a special exhaust other than the extendo stack? If anybody else has a special exhaust of some description, you can give yourselves a half a point. But dual
Hold on, does the
Lempor
extendo
exhaust.
stack count, or
No, the extendo stack is something else.
Okay.
And so does the. Well, I'm not going to spoil anything else.
The Master Mechanics front end work?
That would be its own point.
Okay.
We're talking like special nozzles or extra exhausts or whatever.
Would Fermic siphons fall under that?
No, that's
No.
definitely a different style point.
Okay.
That's steam production, not exhaust.
Yes.
Okay, fair.
Also that. Well, what's your second one, Mew?
Buffers.
You do have buffers. Congrats on your buffers. You've got buffers and a knuckle. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Australians are interesting people. What is your third thing?
Hold on, marking it off my list. Smokebox dart.
Smokebox dart. Yep, you and one other. You can take that smokebox dart point and take it to the bank. What is your fourth thing?
Hold on, marking this down. I'm gonna say preserved.
Ah, preserved. That's a really good point considering your competition. Was anyone else
I'm
here
preserved.
preserved?
3463 still exists.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here, I'll post a picture of it. But no, it's still kicking around. It's in Topeka, I think.
It's hot. in
Yeah,
Topeka.
there was a group that was trying to convert it back to burn coal so they could run it on bio coal.
Oh, that
And then the group
one.
face planted in during COVID.
Biocoal is hard.
Yeah.
I was talking with somebody about biocoal while I was out in Colorado, and there are certain things that make that a real pain in the behind. Where are you going to post a picture?
It's posting in the
Oh,
process.
it's
of it.
posting. Oh, yeah, so internet. We'll come back around to that. Mew, what is your fifth?
Okay, this is gonna be a special one. The driver wheels. They're called SCOA-P wheels.
Oh,
And what's special about them is that they for the same size and strength of a box puck wheel, it's lighter.
oh,
It
interesting.
It basically looks like a spoked wheel, but let me find a good picture.
I can see that there's something special going on with it. Oh, this
Yeah.
poor thing.
So would that just be counted as special drivers, or
So
I'd say better than box puck. Same strength as box puck for a given diameter, but lighter.
I will
The
take.
spokes are basically U-channel. If you look at the picture I posted.
I see. Here's what I'll do because I am not sure about the veracity of this claim. I will take your word for it, but I'm going to normalize the point as special driving wheel and give you a point and give the folks with Bokpox half a point.
Fair.
Because I've never heard of these before. They're really neat looking. They're neat sounding.
Do I get a point for disc drivers, or is it just for box?
Yeah, no, you can take a point for the disc drivers. Everybody that has special drivers, so everybody playing it, you get a half a point, I should say. Everybody other than you gets half a point, other than the furnace engine. Because I will err on the side of the claim about the SCO8-P is valid, but I don't want to split hairs about it too much and have everybody calling Vox Poc and whatever. At least right at this moment. Um, that may change in the future, but the game is ever changing. Ryder, you're up second because you have the second fewest points that made it into style points. What is your
Great.
first style point?
Cast one-piece cast locomotive bed.
Okay, you've got a cast frame. That is...
It's not just the frame. The cylinders are integral.
Oh, okay. Does anybody else have that?
I might.
I wouldn't be surprised if these other locomotives did, but
I
especially given the era and builder in one case. But
Are there any photos of my engine eating crap so I can see it?
it's got can I
Yeah.
ask it if it wants belly rubs?
Yeah, but I'm pretty
I wish
positive that mine does.
I wish I had the book on me because the 1938 Locomotive Cyclopedia actually has a photo of just the locomotive bed,
Really?
like in the shop.
Okay. I'm going to give half a point to the unless I have proof one way or the other. I'm going to give half a point to the C&W and the ATSF engine because they may have that, and if they don't have that, they at least have a cast frame, which some other locomotives here do not.
Yeah, mine are bar frames.
Yeah. Ryder, what's your second one?
Streamline.
Streamline. Yeah, take that.
Yippee.
Milky also gets that point.
You make it.
What's your third one?
Solenoid operated whistle.
Oh, snap. Yeah, no, take a point for that. That's a cool one. That hasn't come up in a while.
Well, it's
What's the last
steam
time?
valve operated, but it's a steam solenoid.
Yeah. So yeah,
What's the
solenoid
last time that
operated
happened?
whistle.
I was going to say
I have
the
to find like
Allegheny,
a
but that
video
was-
to confirm that or not.
I was going to say the Allegheny, but that was air actuated,
Found it.
It's
not steam.
same difference if it's not a cord that you're pulling on.
Fair.
And
Okay,
I can
no, it's not a cord. It's a handle.
well, I can see the
I think the
see the
i5s
linkage.
actually did have
I can
a
see the
cord,
linkage
but-
going to the whistle on 3463. At least I'm pretty sure that's what I'm looking at. So you don't have that going for you. And I don't see Milky's whistle, so I cannot confirm one way or the other. It was not a very common thing.
I did have a whistle.
Well, it's good that you had a whistle. Do you know how you blew it?
That's what she said.
Can we have a
Stop
having
it.
a whistle?
Stop it.
Yeah.
Bonk.
No, I do not know.
All right. Well, I that's a much rarer one, so I'm not going to give out the half point for that. Ryder, what's your fourth one?
Metallic paint.
Metallic paint. You're gonna hit me with the
Yes.
You're gonna hit me with metallic paint. I'm gonna have to like as cool as that is, and I definitely
However.
hear what you're saying.
But no.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
but I'm not gonna be able to give you the paint point. And I'm going to boil that on down to paint because you've got cool paint going on. You've got cooler paint than 3463. I'll say that much. So I think you get a half a point.
No. Actually, in that case, I'll rescind
No,
that.
no.
Okay.
You called it. We're dealing with it.
We're
Okay.
balling. We're balling.
We're balling. So I think that so the furnace engine gets a point, but that's not important here. You definitely get a half a point because I like your paint, but it's not nearly as flashy as the virtual reality paint. That gets a point. What did this thing look like in color? 4001 Milky.
Okay,
Baby
I
green.
do have a photo of that right here. It's something of an artist rendering, but it still works.
Okay, that's less exciting than I was hoping for. I'm gonna give you a half a point.
Okay, Mr. Ellis, I will.
I was hoping that it was like cool colors, but instead you have pinstripes or you have extra stripes.
They were green. I really thought they were green.
They are.
I was just sort of
Um,
hoping they weren't like bright yellow and orange like UP garbage.
It would have been a lot cooler if they were armor yellow and green.
No. No.
Yes. Yes.
My last one.
Well, hold on. You get a
Okay.
half a point off the paint. So
Okay.
you get bounced off of there. I like where your head's at with metallic paint.
No idea.
Yeah.
Ah man.
Because it was specific. Because it was specifically it had so. The reason why I called it is because it specifically had aluminum powder as an additive to make it shiny. So it's literally metal paint.
Yeah, no, that's pretty sharp. I hate to not give that to you. I just have never given shiny paint before.
I was less going for the shiny, more for the weird way it was done.
For the metal, yeah. No, I understand.
But yeah, is what it is.
Yeah, Milky, take a half a point off of that
I'll
because
take that.
I think it's I think no matter what, it's second to the VR and the Furnace Railway, but that's again beside the point. I think in a paint off, the VR takes it.
I found a better side profile pick.
Which means we are bumped off of the Reign of the New Haven, which I feel bad about on multiple levels because I wanted to win. And wow,
Can I at least call my 5th point?
I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you to do that. It is likely that it'll come back around though, because somebody is out. We will see. Mopac. Uh-oh. Mopac?
Oh, yep, I'm here. Yep.
What is
Style
your
point
first
time.
style point?
Extendo stack.
Yeah, take your extendo stack point. Nobody else has a
No.
stack extend natural stack enhancement.
Natural.
All I got is a
Stack
comb over.
extension pills.
You gotta go.
No, I think I can get away with embossed number plates.
Let's see. You've got. I see one embossed number plate. How many embossed number plates do you have over there, Mew?
I think I'm seeing what looks like
Oh,
two.
never. Yeah.
One on either cab side. Yeah.
So, you've got Milky. Do you have one on the front there? Is that a number plate or is that something else?
That's a railroad. logo.
Oh! It's got the. That's actually really cool. Okay, well that's a shame. No embossed number plate for you.
It will come around later. but no.
And the i5 doesn't have any, does it?
Number plates?
Yeah, embossed number plates.
No.
What a weird selection. This is the fewest number of embossed number plates I think we've ever seen. All right, Mopac, you
Yeah,
get
I
half a point, and Mew, you get a full point.
Would I technically get half a point in this case because I only have 2, or at least 2 that are confirmed?
You would get a full point, which is the same as because you have 2, same as Mew does, unless that one on the front is embossed, but I think that's painted.
I don't think that's one in the front. I was thinking there might have been one in the back,
Ah,
but I got no rear shots of this thing, so I don't know.
well, the Kitson has,
Backshots.
I would imagine 2, so
it is, yeah, at least has 2.
and I can't give you more than Mew, so that's a point, and then we are once again bumped off of the current calling contestant. Got a 0.5 on that. So Milky.
Hey. Embossed railroad logo.
Okay, yeah, embossed logo. Now I've given this as an adornment in the past, but I've also given it specifically as embossed railroad logo before. So I am in this case, because I don't really think there's any competition here, I'm gonna go with embossed logo. Or logo plate, or railroad logo plate, or something to that effect. And I don't think anybody has anything that could be either an adornment or an embossed railroad plate. So what's your second one, Milky?
My headlight packets.
Oh my god!
There is a reason why I chose this particular one.
Yeah, sure, headlight package.
Yeah.
Um,
Yippee.
everybody else just has one light, right? Yeah. Well, everyone else has at maximum one light.
Yeah.
Well, I got
Um,
3 lamps on my picture, but they're not
You-
permanent.
I got a
Um,
headlight and 2 side lamps, which
No, those are
I
class
think
lamps.
they're welder. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask if integrated class lamps count because.
Put that one in your back pocket.
Okay.
Milky.
All right. Don't have that.
Nobody's
I
not.
do have a door.
You do what? A forward cab?
Kind
You
of.
do. You have the world's smallest forward cab door, but it is
But
still
it
a
still
door,
counts.
which is something that the 1403 doesn't have.
The part-time job doesn't have it either.
I
So
can't tell if
time to
I
try.
can't tell if the VR thing has a door or not. It looks like
I'm
it
trying to
could.
see. This is the closest picture I'm posting now. If you zoom in all the way, there seems to be an outline, but I'm. Wait, are those hinges on the left?
Yeah, you've got a door. You've got a door. You've got doors. All right, forward.
And just one.
Just one?
Yeah. Let me find the other picture I had.
You don't have one on the
Fireman's
other side?
Nah, look. Nah, I'm posting it here.
I have it on
Just
both
on one
sides on my
side.
end.
Oh, that's very
Weird.
disappointing. Okay, yeah, Milky, you get the forward cab doors. Mew, you get half a
Yippee.
point. And I don't think anybody else has forward cab doors at all. All right. What is your fourth one, Milky?
My walkway.
Your walkway. You've got the ankle breaker, right? Your walkway has part of the streamlining as like a.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this is like a safety point.
This photo shows it more.
And you know what? Yeah, you absolutely deserve a safety point.
Can I get
50.
half a point in that on the front? It's sort of like that.
No.
I also.
No.
I've also
what
got
point
a
being
low
awarded for?
rail.
This point is being awarded for safety, and I'm trying to see if anybody is good enough to get a half a point, and if it's anybody, it's probably the New Haven. But I don't think it's enough. It's yeah.
Looks like it's about 4 inches tall, so it's not an ankle breaker, but it's a.
Yeah, no, I don't think I can give another point for safety here. Everyone else is pretty on par with each other.
Alrighty.
Everyone's got something going on that's a problem. The Santa Fe engine, you can get along that whole walkway with no problem, then you can't get in. The VR thing, you've got to get around the smoke deflector, which that sucks. And on the New Haven thing, once again, very standard walkway, and then you can't get in. You've got to shuffle along the edge of the cab using the footwells here, which I'm sure that was really fun to do at speed. So, Milky, what is your fifth and final?
My fifth and final is my. I believe it was a folding coupler on the front.
Well, I don't see a coupler, so I assume it's got to
Or-
fold away.
Fold away, yeah.
Isn't that like a door? I think there's like a door on that most recent picture you posted. Like, that might have it.
Yeah, it's in there. It stows in some manner of speaking. It could fold up. It could fold to the side. It could maybe
It
not
could
fold
slide.
at all. Or yeah, it could slide. But it's
If it,
Oh.
does it
Yeah,
count as a
they're.
point or half a point if mine folds to the side, even
So-
if it doesn't fold to hide?
yeah. So I was gonna say I think the two stream. If you're calling folding coupler, Milky, or concealed coupler.
Concealed, I guess
Uh,
in this case would be more appropriate.
Yeah, if we don't know if it folds, I have to give it as concealed. And because I don't think I would bother with folding coupler as a point after this, I will give Mew a half a point because it folds. So a point to each of the streamliners and half a point to this thing, which is not exactly concealed, but it's out of the way at least. The style point totals so far are 3.5, 8, 7.5, and 5, which is 1, really low, and B, no one's been kicked out yet. Which means we come back to the VR. We come back to VR 7-11. If you want, you can try to call your slushy machine as a point, but I don't think I can give that to you. I've heard it's not working today.
Damn.
But, alright, Mew.
Okay. Where did I put... I didn't call it, but... I didn't write it down, but... Smoke deflectors?
Smoke deflectors, yes! And this is a fun one. You know why? Because 2 other locomotives have smoke deflectors.
Because technically my whole Danish.
Yeah, well, no, because you've got the fins. You've got the fins for your smoke deflector, and so do the I-5.
Oh yeah, the comb over.
Yeah, you've got the comb over. So that's 3 locomotives that get a point for smoke deflector.
Yippee!
Hold on. Did these have the things that pulled over the top of their stack? I can't think of what they're called.
Those things.
No, I don't believe so.
Stack shrouds?
The thing that the big boy has for going through tunnels?
No one shot it from the top.
No, I don't think so.
Oh crap! Someone did. Okay.
What?
I don't see them, but someone did in fact shoot it from the top.
Well, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't expect it to have it anyway. The CNW is not known for its long tunnels.
No.
But
that top is giving me Pioneer Zephyr vibes.
Yeah.
Also true. But anyway, yeah, smoke deflectors for the engines with smoke deflectors, exterior and interior. Mew, what's next?
I'm going to call ladders.
Oh, I knew this was coming. Okay.
I have the one on the side of the boiler. The other side doesn't have it, but the tender has 2.
The tender has 2?
Yep, let me just post it here.
Where are the 2? Oh, okay, why? Okay, alright, that is a lot of ladders. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll give you a point for ladders. Does anyone else have unusual ladders?
Nope.
Not unusual, I just have one in the back of the tender.
Okay, well, if you have one in the back of the tender, you can take a half a point. That's a ladder. Otherwise, then,
yeah, no one took a photo of me from behind, so...
Damn.
I'm looking for a photo from behind. Currently.
Listen, I think you guys probably have ladders back there. I mean, I wouldn't be super confident, but I'm sure.
Oh, I found a photo.
I'd be more surprised if you didn't.
I
can't tell. Photos of the rear. All right, well, if you can't tell, I'll leave that one off because it is an extraordinary case because that's a lot of ladders that Mew's got going on. Oh, we're losing Milky. What is your third one?
Okay, hopefully this one is exclusive to me. Operates in preservation.
Yeah, I think that damn well is. Having an excursion career at all, I think, is pretty unique to you here, considering the number of survivors that are here and what that other survivor looks like. What is your fourth?
Have to remind me.
We need to go restorize.
A name.
Oh, what is it named?
The Spirit of Bendigo.
What? What?
That is a very Australian name.
Spirit of Bendigo. That's the big bad in our D&D
campaign. I should have
Blue
Goose.
Bender, chaotic evil.
Yeah.
It's a Bendigo. All right. Yeah, you can take a point for that. I don't think any of these other ones have a name.
Yeah. No.
And what?
I think I'll do another neat one, even though I don't think I'll win. Multiple fuels.
Multiple fuels. Were you converted from coal to oil?
Correct.
Okay. Multiple fuels.
Funny.
Has anyone else had multiple fuels over the course of their life?
I'm sure it could have.
I don't know what they burned in them while they were following ore with them, but Um, Probably coal.
The hope,
Because
the hopium of I
because
wish they brought it back.
two minor outliers in that they survived for 5 more years following ore,
That's
and
interesting.
were scrapped in 1961.
With just the existence of that style point, not even Mew winning it, it knocks Mopac out of the running. Mew has had an
Dang.
absolute coup in terms of style points at this point, getting 13, and Mopac, despite all of the stuff on this locomotive, has got 3.5.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. This is a locomotive that I was decked out, that I saw decked out, I was afraid of, and I'm sorry that it's gone. But you know what? I guess
polling pockets.
I don't have to be afraid of I don't have to be afraid of the blue goose anymore. Look at it.
I don't think
Polling pockets, feed water heater. It's got a speedometer. I can see it mounted on the leading wheel.
Yeah.
Head end throttle, the train boards or the extra lighted number boards here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Accidentally called embossed number plates.
I know. Sometimes you get the 2 big red question marks. And whatever this thing is, what is that box behind the whistle?
That is a very good question. Obviously, it's positive train control.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, well, that's 5 for you. We go from Mew to Ryder. Ryder, you're on the ropes. What are you going to do?
Cab signals as built.
That's awesome. Take it. Cab signals as built. You get the full point so you stay alive. Did anyone else here have cab signals as built? Or even at all, frankly. That's a resounding no.
I'm pretty confident that
I did.
CNW probably won't sell it out.
You can take that point if you want, Mopac. For having cab signals. I love cab signals in steam engines. It's so anachronistic feeling. What is your you are, like I say, on the ropes. You don't get a 1 here and you are OUT, but you can win, I think. The math says you might be able to win if you do things perfectly. I don't know if you'll be able to, though. What is your second?
Never mind. All journals are roller bearings.
Ooh, I was wondering about that. Roller
You know who
bearings
else
all the way
bearings?
around.
I'm pretty positive mine are.
Roller bearings. You can take that point. Everything is roller bearings. Milky, your tender looks like journals.
False.
So if you've got, and it does look like you have rollers on your trailing axles here, but those are definitely journal boxes on your tender. So you get a 0.5 point if anything. Now I don't know if that's enough to fold Ryder, but we'll have to see. The Aussie thing looks like it has rollers on the tender, but not on the trailing axles.
Wikipedia says.
Oh wait.
SCF roller bearings on all.
Okay,
axles.
on all axles. It just looked different from the other angle. Yep, I can see
Yeah,
it on this shot right here.
3463 has SKFs.
All right, well you guys can take
Roller bearing.
you can take.
Were they
take
as built or?
Well, it is.
Fair enough.
The question is it in this state? So roller bearings, if it's across the locomotive, it's across the locomotive, and that 0.5 point, or maybe the full point from Mew, means that Ryder, I'm sorry, you've been dropped out of this competition. Yeah. Very close, though. I've never seen somebody so on the ropes. I might have given for this locomotive. I'm trying to think of it. Well, you could have done white walls, but that's something you'd have to share. That said, it's something you'd only have to share with the locomotive was out. The logo, I might have been inclined to give that to you, because I've given it in the past. Another one is those marker lights.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say and then gave up on.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Integrated. I was trying to say integrated class lights
Yeah.
and failed miserably.
Well,
God damn.
I appreciate your participation. You made it quite far, and now we have to see how this contest shakes out. It's going to go from you to, I think Milky was up next. Milky, can you bring it home?
Oh, we were talking? Oh.
What?
Okay.
Let's see, what is this plate up here?
By the
Oh,
way,
that's not
I
a
see it now in my photo. The Iberdain Natter on my tender. It's in the back of the main photo that I sent. So.
Oh yeah, I can see. I see.
So I will. So I would have to bet. I'm going to backtrack.
Yes,
and
take
give
your half
myself
a
that.
point. Just a half a point because you had 3 ladders.
True. Okay.
And
Well, I can marry much, but yeah.
well, I was concerned that putting down that half a point was going to fold Mew and end the game. I don't know how close this is, but it's very, very close. Milky, what is
It is.
what is your next style point?
I have to assume that I have Trainline Steam.
Okay, train line steam.
I would really have to assume that I do.
I would imagine so. You're a passenger locomotive.
Who else?
I do see steam coming out of my train, so I do.
It's a steam's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, so
Um,
Trainline Steam.
Yeah, train line steam. Who else has train line steam?
I do.
Okay, you can take a point for that. My real question is, does the Aussie have train line steam?
I don't see why it wouldn't, but I'm double checking. Victorian
We need proof. We need to see it.
Heat.
Let's see. Can I see it on the back of this small photo? No, absolutely not. I cannot.
Let me see the tender picture. Where did I put the tender picture?
If this was an express locomotive, I would believe it.
I would believe it too. I just don't know if it was modified.
Oops, I put train line steam in the wrong place.
I was about to say, you're being very generous.
I mean, it doesn't matter where I write it. I would... My ability to give out half points is a real thing. On the other hand, I think it would be... If Australian trains used steam heat, which I don't see why they wouldn't, although I don't know if they would need it, I would be inclined to give it. I don't know enough about Australian railways.
I mean, what's out of curiosity? What is the tube that's on the front of mine?
The tube
Is that
that's
for
on the
air?
front of yours. Yeah, that's...
Is it?
Yes,
Okay,
that's brakes.
that's what I thought. Because I'm like, why would that be? Why would it be steam but then no air?
No air.
Well, I mean, I know why it wouldn't be no air because it's British, but
So,
but it's not that old.
So the thing is, like the AI overview tells me that they did, and I'm not inclined to believe that for a second. But I can't find anything that confirms nor denies this.
Neither can I.
Well, then I'm going to be forced to give you a half a point out of an abundance of caution, and we'll
That
see
did it.
if that allows you to survive into Milky's next and final point, or if the game is over right here. A lack of information about Australian power has doomed
Folded me.
the Victorian Railways or the VR convenience store to the annals of history.
Yippee!
And the CNNW E4 takes the stage on our finale, which will be in a couple of weeks. We've got one more Royale between now and then.
Thank you, Chicago and Northwestern Railroad Company.
This is a game of statistics and style as much as it is research and understanding. And I appreciate everyone for coming along. And Milky, congratulations. With 80.5 points, you have beaten a kind of par, which is 80 points, I guess. It's always exciting when somebody breaks that. And beaten out your fellow Hudsons and Baltics. Mew, you had a almost incredible come from behind win. Considering you were the least going into style points, and you were the last one to get eliminated, and you land yourself in second place with 78.5 points. Ryder, you did an excellent job. You had a couple of slip-ups there. I think you could have had it in another world. But 77.5 points, 3 back from the leader, third place is not bad. And even fourth place here, Mopac, I think you had a real tough time with style points. And
I called one thing wrong.
and it never got back to you because you were the leader in points at the very beginning. Which is a real shame that this thing got done in style points when it is such a mechanical juggernaut. But
it is.
Such is life in Locomotive Royale. You get fourth place, 4 back from the leader. Again, not bad. Tight cluster up top. And Marine, you even picked up a few style points. You end off with 54.
Yeah.
So at least you got something to take home with you. You got a couple of entries there in the list. But
I mean, I was hoping Mew were to call Bell Pair, but
that is a good
one.
I should have. I
might have not called it.
I wasn't sure if Milky had it or not.
Yeah.
I ran the risk of I call it, Milky gets it. His victory is sealed.
His victory is
sealed. Sorry about
that. But alas,
that's okay.
Our next episode is on the 23rd. I'm not going to be around next week. 23rd is Patentees, or 222 locomotives.
Yay, Fallout Day.
Yeah, I know, that's also, yeah. I know I'm looking forward to the strange set of engines that are going to appear. But I understand, Mew, you would have been the star of the show, and you're not going to be here.
It's my brother's birthday.
Well, someone's got to come in and fill Mew's shoes with a 222, and we will see who gets in next week. If you, dear viewer, are interested in getting in, you can join our Discord, grab the fan rank, and hop into the Loco Royale or Loco Games trading cards thread. Pick up our trading cards at theironhorseman.com, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you all for playing.
Buy trading cards.
Buy trading cards.
Trading cards.
Good night.
Subscribe.
Trading cards.